like she looked in my direction, but girls do that sometimes, and not notice me. So. It was the afternoon, so it was kind of crowded. There were a lot of people, and people were pressing against me. And a couple of stops after I got on, this girl got on, and she was about my height, brown hair, green eyes, and big tits, and she was wearing a pink Care Bears shirt and gray sweatpants. She wasn't beautiful the way that American girls are beautiful, and she had one of those comfortable bodies where it had just the right amount of padding, and it made her tits and ass just soft enough. I wanted to do things to her. Not there on the subway. So she wound up pressed against me. I was holding the bag by my side like this, and she backed onto my hand. So it was right in her ass. My wrist, this portion of my arm, was pressed into her ass. She backed into it. At first I thought it was just it was crowded. It was very crowded. No. And I thought she just didn't have room. I started wondering, if she feels it, because she has to feel it. Her ass is on my hand, and if she feels it, why isn't she turning around and asking me to move my hand? Why isn't she doing that? And so I moved my arm up and down a little. It was lust. It was lust. And she didn't say anything. And so I did it again, and she didn't say anything. I decide I'm going to try something big. So I transferred the bag to my left hand, and I turn my arm, and I open my hand like that, and she just practically sits in my hand. I think she did that on purpose. I think she did that on purpose. At this point, I figured that I was in. I figured she was gonna let me take her somewhere and fuck her. So. I give a little squeeze. She gave a little sigh when I squeezed, like a good kind. It was definitely a good kind. I decided I was going to say something to her, so I asked her, "What are you listening to?" And she told me Eminem, and I'm not really an Eminem fan, so I couldn't make a conversation about that. She told me that her name was Marie. I was thinking that maybe I would get off at her stop and tell her that was my stop too. Even if it wasn't, I didn't tell her anything about me. Yes, I was still touching her. She didn't mention that she felt my hand during the conversation. So she said it was her stop. I should have asked her first. And then when she told me where she lived, I should have said, oh, I live right near there. And she turned to me. And she told me that her boyfriend was waiting for her, that talking to me had been fun. She put emphasis on fun. And she winked when she did it. And then got off the train. It felt good. I think she liked having a stranger touch her ass. I knew that I wasn't going to get anything else. She was going to meet her boyfriend. She looked in my direction, but girls do that sometimes, and not notice me. So I think that she liked it, and I think that other people might like it.